So you found your dream home and you're about to make an offer, but this one simple mistake is going to make you crash and burn. Most buyers don't even realize they made this mistake until it's too late. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the #1 mortgage mistake that's costing first-time home buyers or regular buyers all their money, all their offers on the property, and why it's falling through. So watch the very end of this video to figure out why is that mistake, what's happening, and making sure that you don't run into that mortgage mistake. What's going on, guys? It's Cody with eXp Realty, and in today's video I'm going to be breaking down the #1 mortgage mistake you need to watch out for. Without further ado, be sure to follow all my social medias, my Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I post daily realtor vlogs of me trying to hit multi-six figures a month as a 20-year-old realtor. And if you need a buyer's agent who is going to make sure you don't make these mistakes, along with a mortgage lender who's going to make sure you don't make those mistakes, be sure to contact me down in the description below. And without further ado, guys, let's not waste no more time. Let's jump right into the video. So the #1 mortgage mistake that a lot of home buyers really make is changing your finances. I mean, everybody should know this at this point. I mean, it's crazy that some people don't even notice, because I've seen this happen with some of my buyer clients about almost a year ago, whether their finances changing, and it leads to it leads to deals falling through, especially once they're making an offer on one of their best properties that they found, or their perfect property that they found on the market. And unfortunately, they or somebody made a mistake, which either be their spouse, or making these mistakes that I'm about to list off. So #1, what are those mistakes? The #1 mistake is taking out a new car loan. Hey, it may be that time of the month where you may be making a lot of money, but are you making enough money to still make this deal go through and buy another car? If not, and you're wanting to get a car, you may want to really hold off on that, especially about 30 to 60 days after you purchase the home, because this can also tank you trying to put an offer on a property and make a deal fall through. #2, opening a new credit card. Guys, this has to be one of the biggest traps that a lot of home buyers fall for. You really want to avoid this. You really want to try to avoid opening new credit cards or spending more over the limit of your credit cards, which you have to pay back, which you don't have too much money to pay back on that, especially whenever you're buying a house and you're offering on the property. #3, switching jobs. Guys, I've heard stories of buyers trying to switch jobs or made switches to jobs, which we don't know how long that switch is going to take. You maybe could be unemployed for about 2-3 weeks, maybe in a month, and that's really going to tank your finances on trying to offer another property, because whatever the mortgage company, whatever they do to find out how much money you make, how much income you make a month, think about it. Before you make that job switch, or before you replace your income, make sure that you have enough income saved to still pay that mortgage, and really don't even make that decision until after the deal has gone through. Make sure you're not doing this during a deal. You don't want to waste a lot of people's time, and you don't want to break a lot of promises to yourself, because if you think that switching a job during mid-offering is a good idea, you may want to rethink that. If you don't have the money to save, and if you don't have the finances to do it, don't do it. Lastly, #4, making a big purchase with credit. Guys, credit. You need to watch your credit, especially throughout the mortgage process. I'm not going to get into it, and I'm not going to get too deep into all that. That's handled with a licensed, mortgage lender. Now, tanking your credit can also be a very bad idea in itself, because not only if you're approved for something, you don't want to mess up your credit, especially if you're offering on a property that you're approved for, you're approved at that number. I don't know exactly what will happen if you do tank your credit during this process, but I know it won't be a good idea. I put it on this list because I wanted to really throw in another option on whenever I said don't open a new credit card, don't pay a lot of money on a credit card. So I want to throw this little bonus in on making big purchases with credit. That can also be a bad idea for you. You're wondering, Cody, why do these mistakes hurt? Why do I not need to do this? I have the money. Why do I need to still watch out for these? Well, here's #1 on why it will be a big mistake for you. Your debt to income ratio increases, which meaning you might no longer qualify for that loan amount. #2, your credit score could drop. That's going to really affect your interest rate and approval letter. #3, your mortgage lender can deny your approval letter, even if you're under contract. So trust me, nothing feels worse than you doing all these mistakes and your deal falling through, especially on a property that you really want. So you're wondering, Cody, All these mistakes, I need to avoid them. How can I avoid these mistakes? What are some good tips that I need to take away from this video? How can I avoid these? Number one, hold off on major purchases like buying a car, doing all those big purchases, buying boats, whatever you want to buy that's going to cost a lot of money and you know that's going to be in a new loan. Avoid those at all costs. Avoid those for about 30 to 60 days after closing. Number two, simple, don't open no new credit cards or loans. Don't take out any loans either. You want to stay away from this until after you close. Number three, stay at your job. You do not need to change anything. You don't need to change your jobs until after you close. You need to make sure that you still have income coming in just in case if anything happens. Number four, keep making those payments to your debt. Remember what I said, you need to keep your debt to income ratio low. So keep making those payments, you're still going to be fine. Number five, which is the most important decision, talk to your trusted lender before you make any big decisions. After following all these steps, you should be good to go on continuing with the deal. So what's the moral of the story? Do not make any big changes, especially when you're in a time of buying a home. And that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video on the biggest mistake a first-time home buyer can make. What's the biggest mortgage mistake a home buyer can make? I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe for more videos like these, and be sure to follow all my social medias, my Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, of me making vlogs of me trying to make multi-six figures a month as a 20-year-old realtor. And if you need an agent who's going to make sure you don't make these mistakes, be sure to contact me down in the description below. But without further ado, guys, I hope you enjoyed this short video. I'll see you in the next one. Let's get it.